It's Week 12 of the NFL, and this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Jaguars and the Falcons, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his fourth season in the NFL.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson: 12 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
Has 9 rushing touchdowns on the season, so a lot of credit has to go to the rest of the offense, because you know those big guys up front are doing work. But now the goal is to get to 10. And don't for a second think that the defense doesn't know that. They'd like to do their best to keep him at the end zone in this one.
A play fake. Now Penix. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Looking to throw, Penix. That's going to be caught downfield by Mooney. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Robinson on a give right side.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Trayvon Walker. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now Penix.
And that is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
That's good for a Jaguars. Hey, Ryan. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, right back to ETN. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week.
13 carries, 52 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Lawrence. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And they'll go ahead and down this one right on the chalk of the 20-yard line. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
They'll throw with Penix. Short throw caught by Pitts.
Powering his way forward. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix.
That's pulled in by Brooks. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
First catch here for London, and also a 1st down. To throw again is Penix.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jaden Reed, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Right open. Hey, kill.
Lawrence will throw.
Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 69 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, some strong running. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. You look at this Jaguar defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. And looking to throw, Penix. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, I'm going.
Now Lawrence. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, 62 yards. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception capping the drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Atlanta regains possession of the football. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Blake Gillikin now. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's building his case for MVP consideration with each passing week. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes as we move into the back half of the season. And this will be a Jaguars first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Jaguars at 9-2 to start play. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. That is caught. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. Running out of the gun with ETN. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. ETN once more. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. To the air, Penix. Got a man, it's London. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. They'll go play action here with Penix. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
Here's Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jaden Reed with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Falcons score to cap it off. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to take over once again. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And this will be a Jaguars first down as he gets this up past the 30.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Play action. It's Lawrence on the move to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Now Lawrence. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Straight ahead, Etienne. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Now Lawrence to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up second down.
Looking to throw, Penix.
Forced out to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Now Penix.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that's going to tie things at 20. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Go, let's go.
Here's Lawrence. Well, this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brian Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep here from Mooney. And this one is incomplete. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Stiff-armed him. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 1. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Let's go.
Lawrence now off the bootleg. Flushed out right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. ETN up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Called out a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
30 left.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He's got the connection to Moore. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Jamison Williams. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. The kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the 2nd half now. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll throw with Penix. That one deep for London. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Robinson will try to pick it up. Oh, good move. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 35. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Trayvon Walker able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. And looking to throw, Penix. Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Knox.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
the gun now on third down. Being chased out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And Bigsby once more. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Sliding out of the pocket. It's Williams on the catch. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Let's go.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he will be taken down, and a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. It'll be first and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4.
Here we go.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Tank Bigsby with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. To the air, Penix.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Trayvon Walker
able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And a dump off here to Robinson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Operating from the gun, Penix. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. On the carry, Bigsby. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
67 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
To the sideline and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. On the bootleg, it's Penix. That is caught. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run here with Bigsby. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Hey, go. Here we go.
Another run by Bigsby. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Here's Bigsby. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Pitching it out to Etienne. And that play goes nowhere. He's met behind the line, and a penalty flag may add insult to injury. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. On play action, Lawrence. They'll roll him out right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for the Jags, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll try